What's up, guys? Some dickhead back at it again with today's episode of messing around in the garage with Jay Frosty while he fiddles with cars like the Mark II and others. I've actually been pretty hyped on this car since getting it running. I welded a bracket in place to hold the speedometer so you can actually see what you're doing while you're driving in this condition. Got the bitch pin so the shifter works correctly. And I've just been doing little things like got a set of door handles that work. The engine is in, the axles are on, I've moved it around. Pretty ridiculously, I've been to the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, and certified that it's good to drive, and they gave me plates. So this is legal to drive on the street here, which is completely ridiculous, but that's where we're at. So pretty hyped about it, and I've got a handful of boxes of new things for it. A timing belt, because I don't have any idea the condition of the belt that's in it, and it would suck to come this far and have the timing belt break. This is an interference engine, so when the belt breaks, the pistons smash the valves and bend them. So timing belt and water pump, and then these are belts for AC and power steering. Got a couple of rear door handles. And here we have a window regulator for the rear. This is kind of stupid stuff. I figure if you just do small things, eventually they'll add up and you'll have some impact. Not that I'm desperate to have the windows roll up, but you can't really park it outside like this in the weather, you know? So you got to address that. So let's move along and get some of this stuff put on. I'm gonna address the window first. So this is the problem. Take the handle off. That we may want. Nice and easy. Give you a nice convenient hole for the other one. Yeah. Okay. Take all that shit out. Pretty much, right? Okay, I think that's a hell yeah. Snap this little pin back in there. That's it. Now with that out of the way, I'll try to drop this handle in here. One more on the back here. This is harder to get to. That's a hard one. It's way in there. All right, I can't reach in there, so we're taking this latch off. Taking the latch off to get the handle on. Oh, I thought. Oh, fuck's sake. Probably tear up my screwdriver, but whatever. It's got to come off. Fit is not great. That's my door handle. Now back in with these. All right. Does this one work? Oh, damn it. I got to do it again. Sake. Put this on here. probably need to bend these tabs back in the right spot. Sick. Knock it off. All right, I think that's all the BS accessories I have for this. So now it's time to move on. A couple of belts and a timing belt. Timing belt, tensioner, nothing. Some seals, interesting. Water pump gasket, water pump. All right, so let's see if we can't make some sense of that. Start getting this timing belt off. Or maybe just move this whole thing over that way somewhere. Great. A lot of this timing belt cover will not go back on, just a personal choice. I want to be able to see the belt, and also if I get the timing wrong, I can slip the belt off, move one tooth and slide it back on, where if the cover is back on, I won't be able to do that. So this may break, and it is. That's okay, I don't mind, because I won't be reusing it. Well, yeah, figure that out. Never. There's the belt. How bad does it look? Looks pretty reasonable, honestly. Is this necessary to do? Maybe not. But parts are here, so let's get to it anyway. How to get the belt off the alternator. Had a little difficulty getting it in here, it looks like. All right, that should be loose enough to move. Oh, maybe the other one has to be loose too. It actually makes sense, because it needs to be able to move up and down. So enough to get the belt off. That belt is toast. That one has had it. So that's good to do, at least. Looks like somebody did the timing belt more recently, though. All right, now I think I'm ready to try to get this harmonic balancer off, and good ass luck with that. Let that sit, and you know what makes sense to do is to get the one off of the one on the ground first. How do you know which belt it is? This one's toast as well. Oh, 17. And this is gonna come right off, right? Don't need heat or anything. How about it? Well, that's surprising. The reason I'm taking this one off is because the one that's on it only has 2 belt ports, and this one has 3. So one for the alternator, one for power steering, and one for AC. And I am pretending like I want to run all that stuff, so I'm going to take this one and use it. And there should be a Woodruff key here, which you don't want to lose, that I don't see. I didn't see it fall either. So did it just not have one? That's crazy if it just didn't have one. Let's see this one come right off as well with no issues. Didn't see that coming, did you? Not bad. Not bad at all compared to some of the shit on this. And there's the key. I don't know if you can see it, but key's right here. Now we rock this bad boy out, just like that. There's the little piece of key. Just trying to make sure these are the same. I think they all should be. Same engine. Yeah, I take a little cleaning up to get it to do it, but yeah, it's gonna work one way or another. Let's put that in there so we don't lose it. Now, the rest of the timing belt cover. One in the front here. How many more? 0. There's the lower timing belt cover. It's got a little gasket, which I guess I'll reuse. Something like that, right? Yeah, I don't really see any reason to replace that. Fuck it. Okay. Now this ring comes off. And I should set the timing now. You remember how you do that? Like there's lines on the cam here. There's one and there's one. And those line up with the top of the head. I think this means up. So I need to rotate all of this by putting this bolt back in and just turning it by hand with a ratchet. Like that, right? Oh, and this brace is gonna have to come off to get the belt out of here. Not really familiar with that. I don't remember seeing it on other cars, so that's curious. I don't know what it's for. That one looked a little crusty, so that's why I put the breaker bar on it. I wasn't sure if it was gonna break loose easily, but it looks like it's no big deal. Let's try this one. No problem. Anybody want to guess whether or not I'm gonna put this back on? Now for the tensioner. I actually think this timing belt would have been perfectly fine to run for a long time. Probably means the water pump's all right too. Even the tensioner seems all right. Yeah, this has been done recently. Ah, fuck, it's frustrating. I did notice the socket was a little bit wonky on there, so I'm gonna have to be careful tightening that back. So should I bother with the water pump? Yes, right? Isn't that the entire point of this? All right, let's get to it. So I'm gonna drop the lower radiator hose. All right, so what's the best way to do this? Take the radiator hose off or try to use this drain plug thing it's got. Let's see if the drain plug works. How about that? This might seem ridiculous, but I'm actually gonna try to catch and reuse the coolant. Because I just put it in there. It'd be a waste to not reuse it. All right, radiator's draining slowly. It's hard to believe how slowly that's draining. That's not right. Something's not right about that. All right, so what I'll do then is I'll put that plug back in and I'll try to catch the coolant on this side. It all dumps out of the water pump. It's crazy how slow that's moving. It's a little bit of coolant. and it's just gonna make a mess. There's no way around it. All right, so then water pump's here, and it's 1, 2, 3, I think 4 10 millimeters. Okay, and the tensioner spring. I don't know that I got one of these, so that's interesting. And then, yeah, a lot of coolant ready to come out. If I could scoot the jack over a little bit in order to get that under there a little better. Okay, pop it off. You have to pry it off. I'm missing one bolt or something. I'm not sure why it's not coming right off. I must have missed a bolt. How many are there? 4. Oh, is the alternator bracket in the way? Yeah, I think that's it. Looks like the alternator bracket might have to come completely off. Ouch. All right. Now, water pump. Huh. Don't look bad at all. I'm just going to clean up around that surface. Just cleaning up this mating surface so that my new water pump will have a nice seal. There's something here. I'm going to try to shave that off, whatever it is. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's something on here. I'm going to try to just poke at it for a second and see if it'll come off. Yeah. That feels better. All right. So I got a nice surface. Here's my new water pump, which looks so much different than the old one. So I definitely needed to do this job. It's going to get a nice seal. Just like that. And it's going to go right back on. Start popping these back in there. Tighten them down. Anybody remember the torque specs for these? I better look up the torque specs. 8.7 foot-pounds of torque. I already have these tighter than that. All right, let's clean it off and put the tensioner on. So I made a big fucking mess of everything. There's the new tensioner. Goes on like that, and this spring. All right, pivot's on there, and that's the bolt. There's the spring. I'll tighten her on down. I should look up the tensioner specs as well. And that says 33 foot-pounds. 33 is right there. That's it. Now, new belt. All right, that's looped around everything. Now I just have to slip it up over this cam here. Ouch. Oh, fuck, man. How do you get it on there? Holy shit. Yep, nothing. Christ, oh fucking mighty. Oh, fuck. Get on the fucking thing. Holy shit. Is the tensioner working against me, maybe? Let's see if maybe the tensioner's working against me. I could take that off. This tensioner got tightened too soon. Hopefully that's all that was doing me so dirty. You fucking bastard. Okay, everybody fucking happy? Son of a fucking... Holy fucking crap. I was losing my shit there. That's 33. All right, now... Fuck's sake. I'll slap that harmonic balancer on. Jesus, what a bunch of bullshit. Oh, fuck, man. All right. Enough bitching. This one goes on. And do you want to run a lower timing cover or not? I think no. I think fuck it. Let's see why this won't accept a key. Should be easy peasy. Isn't. Maybe this is why I didn't have one. Oh. Well, that puts a damper in my plans. Different diameters? Never heard of that. It's loose as shit on there, that's for sure. What? I've never heard of that. Huh. I think it's rounded all the teeth off. So this engine didn't have the problem that I thought it did. That's bringing me to a different spot in this project. I'm not sure what to do now. Should I get a harmonic balancer that has all three belt spots, or should I just put this one back on, which would get me alternator and power steering? That would be the end of my AC. Well, I think I'm gonna call a project there while I process that and think it over. So I could get another harmonic balancer that has both. Let me at least see what the prices are on those and what's the duration of time. It's an interesting development. Yeah, you can see all the teeth there, and this one's smooth. Just a little bit of tooth on this side. So it's rounded that off completely, and that explains why the Woodruff key is missing. And that's what's wrong with this engine. It has been all this fucking time. That's crazy. I've thought this over for 13 seconds, and I've decided that just look at this thing. So who cares? Don't put this back on. Why even bother with power steering? Just run the alternator. So I'm just gonna run the one that fits and not bother with this. I looked them up on eBay and they're like 50 bucks. There's one over in a junkyard, but I'd have to go get it and just screw it. That's not what we're trying to do. So now I need to put this one on. And after all that harping about it, I've lost the key. Aha, you fucking bastard. All right, so moving forward with this one, just set it on there like that. It slides right on. Easy peasy. And this tightens down. Torque spec on the harmonic balancer bolt, 134 pounds, so basically just tight as shit. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to get a torque wrench on there because it'll just turn, won't it? I can try. 134. Yeah, you gotta jam that some kind of way to do that. I'm not doing that. All right, so torque to spec. What's left? Alternator bolt. Let's get a belt on there. Which one of these is an alternator belt? Loose. This one's too big. All right, trying again. Looks like it makes more sense. Okay, so that means I can delete all the AC and power steering stuff and just run the engine. What am I missing here? Nothing, right? Put it back together. It's gonna leak out of that gasket, yes. Okay, engine mount. I think we've learned we can take that shit off. Out of the way. Okay. What's left? Coolant in here. All right, put the wheel back on. All right, I think that's it. Okay. Guess that means I did the timing belt right. I think she wants more coolant than that. Now we got to do something called burping the system, which gets the air out of the coolant line. So you'll see bubbles when it opens the thermostat. I think I can see that going down. That's my brakes. Brakes feel tight. I don't really see this doing anything different, so put the cap on and take it for a little ride. Is 12 volts hot? It is, isn't it? At least put this rubber thing over it. Radiator cap. All right. Started to take off and I've seen this, but I think that's just power steering fluid. So I think we're good. It's power steering fluid, probably, not brake. Yeah, brakes still look okay. Okay, here I am, cruising. The brakes suck. My seatbelt's stuck, so that's good. The car seems to be basically doing what it's supposed to do, you know? It's just a nice daily driver at this point. Try to pick a place I thought that the cops might not see me or hassle me. Brakes are for sure a concern. They don't really have a lot to offer. Rips like a piece of shit Honda. All right, well, I don't know what else can be said about this one, and here it is. It's a running, driving piece of shit. Here's a red light coming down on the brakes. I hear them all, sort of. And I am coming to a stop. I think the bushings are noticeable. You know, it's like metal on metal in a lot of places. Yeah, it's a piece of shit. No question about that. All right, well, once again, what a goofy time to spend in the garage, but you know, here we have the fruits of our labor, this piece of shit Honda Civic. If you stuck this one out, if you stuck this one out, thanks a bunch for watching. I appreciate it. maybe we'll do something that's less ridiculous next time. All right, cheers. Cheers. Hell yeah. The lower property value of this